It is Tuesday, February 25th, and you better have your bear suit on. SPY, absolute nuke, 597.25 to 1030, straight down, $6.45. That is massive. What we're looking at now is once you get into this red zone, which for SPYs, 5, 6 strikes down, it tends to bounce. That's why it says extreme bear risk, swing or nuke to close. Well, it is only 10:52. So there's plenty of time for this to swing higher before nuking lower. The only things we're really thinking about right here is one, probably going to be a bear trend day, which just means unless we pass the blue line, it's probably going to stay below. So anywhere here or here, we're looking for puts. But to catch this move up, what do we have? 1, 2, 3. You have 3 bulls right here, all with edge, 40% win rate. Not so great in the last 30 days. But we want to get into this trade. Price has moved up 1, 2 strikes. So what we can do is, one, we can set a bid on futures, which we'll show using Top Step. But then also we can use KTR, which is shown right here. So KTR means when this alert wins, if it draws down, it typically draws down to this range, $1.33 to $1.47. So what we're going to do is show you in Webull setting an order for the 591 call at $1.33, and then also setting an order in Top Step to try and catch this if we get back to 591. So here in Webull, this is how we have it set up in a new cash account. Put like $1,500 in here. What are we targeting? Well, we're targeting the 591 strike call, which is deeply in the money right now. We want to click the ask, and we're going to set our quantity just to 1, and our limit price, which is KTR 1.33. And then already we have a 20% stop, 100% take profit. Because this is at KTR, you could move your stop up a little bit tighter, but we're good with 20% and 100% take profit. We'll just click place order. Boom. Pending. We'll see if it gets filled. So here we are in Top Step. This is about 591 here, 592, 593. So the important thing to remember that we're thinking about, conscious of constantly, we are below the blue line. This is a down move. This 2 strikes higher, we are chasing, right? We're chasing. But if price pulls back to 591, we're looking to get into the trade, okay? So all we're going to do is set a limit buy here, and then one more slightly below or slightly at the low of the day. So we're looking to take it right at the strike and then right below the strike as well. Now we'll see if this fills, but there's no point in chasing this 1, 2 strike move higher right now on a down move. This is an up move. You're +2, sure, that's great, but expectation is we are going to pull back lower, and we'll talk about that in the next segment on where we would look to get back into trading some puts. So looking at what's happened, we set our bids right here around 591, and prices moved up, to -4. This is kind of right below where we want to reload. But you'll notice KTR is hitting here. That's a 46.67% win rate. That's pretty good. And it's possible that trade could even win. Looking at it, when we look at the alert, right, this is 27.27%. You pull up a strike higher, and that KTR jumps to 46.67%. Right now live, it is 17.04 because you get this nice little nuke. This is happening live in the chart. So remember, we have our bids set all the way down here. They love to retest the low and then pump it back higher. But again, we really saved our butts not chasing this because 1, 2 strikes higher, down move below the blue line. It's possible we find a new low, and the only time that we are looking to enter calls is here, right at the low of the day. We'll see if we get it. If not, that's okay. This is kind of like we like to call the F zone because price just absolutely turbo nukes. Let's just turn the bombs off. You get a turbo nuke down, and it's always going to ping pong for a little bit, okay? And that's all that's happening right now, unless they take out the low, which will be interesting. Our risk is good, 20% on the calls, and about 5 points on the futures contracts. So we'll see what happens in the next part of the video. All right, on Top Step, we got filled right here at the 591 strike. Remember, we didn't want to chase, and boom, we got it. It's at $87 right now. It is a beautiful, beautiful entry. Once this thing goes up, we're at $200. We're going to set this to a $25 profit, and we'll actually move this to right here. Now, everyone likes to trade these a little bit differently. Personally, enjoy letting them run if they're going to, but mentally, constantly thinking, hey, we are below the blue line. It's very possible that they bring us back down, lower, and what we really want to see is this next candle just be turbo, turbo, turbo green. Get above this 592 strike, which is right here. And we get stomped out. It's okay. We're not going to be too upset about it. But ultimately, we got into a no-lose situation because we didn't chase and entered the trade right where the previous bull bombs fired off. Now, if this gets stomped, I'm going to be angry, scream on the stream or video that we're recording right now. But it's best to just hold, and we're looking to get at least one. We want this candle to be massive. If this candle isn't massive, we'll probably move this up and take $100 if it gets there. Because this is beautiful. This is what we want to see. We need this one to fly. This one doesn't fly. It's probably pushing to a new low. There you go. Lock in $100 for doing absolutely nothing except following the system. And hopefully we go much, much higher. And what if they just bring it all the way back to here? Look at that. Second candle, looking good. Could set a trailer on this thing. Might just bump up to 200. 160. Keep pushing it. Let's go, people. Let's absolutely go. $400. We're just doing this manually. So this is the interesting part. Like, what happens when it hits 592, the strike? We want to fly above it. If you don't fly above it, it's probably coming back down. Kind of want to move this up. Let's see. Push through the strike, baby. Push through the strike. Look at that. Nice. Awesome trade. We're going to lock in $375. It just touched the 14 EMA. It's got to push past the strike. If it doesn't, comes back down, locked in 375. Boom. Beautiful, beautiful. Could go higher. If we were above the blue line, we'd be holding on to this thing. But because we're not, take $375. I mean, that's $375 in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. That's beautiful. We actually set this order a little bit earlier for the 593 call, and it got filled. So this is great. And what we want to do here is set our TP and stop loss. Because this is a 0 DTE trade, we're trying to get as much out of it as possible. Click this button. We're going to set our stop. We'll probably set our stop just slightly below. So we're not risking much at all on this trade. And then we're going to set our take profit all the way up. 160%. Click confirm, place order, boom, that's locked in. Now we're sitting at about 20-ish%. Price is coming back down right now. Because it's a down move, we're actually going to move our stop up just to break even. If we break even on this, absolutely fine, not a big deal. It's a down move. Who knows if it's going to go higher, right? Up move, we be holding on to this thing, looking for it to rip. But right now, doesn't look great. That's okay. We're in a no-lose position, and that's what we like to do with our 0 DTE plays. The other thing to note is that IV is extremely high today. These contracts are about 30% more than they should be or than they usually are. Don't stomp us out. Don't do it. Just go higher. So that's why we're going to play, extra safe on this. And if it gets stomped out, that's cool. Tick, tick, tick. It's right at our stop right now, right in that area. Don't do it to us. Just fly back higher. It's not going to. That's okay. But really, the best way to win in this game is lose fast, win slow. In this, we're in a no-lose situation. And if we do win, it's going to be insane. Maybe there's 2 sessions in a row where we get a big rally off the bottom. Who knows if it happens? It looks like this is going to get stomped. But you don't know. We're operating deep in the red. Really, it's buying puts. When these move higher, best trade to look for. But personally, love catching an up move. So we'll see what happens. It's probably going to get stomped. Overall, really, really happy with the futures trade that we pulled off. $400 or whatever in a couple of minutes. Probably should have had more than one contract, but that's okay. So this trade just got stomped out at break even, and that's totally cool. Come back later in the session. Price is going nowhere right now, and it's best to wait. When price isn't constantly hitting strikes, that is your signal to come back later, preferably after 1300, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when they like to send it. That's all for this video. Pretty happy with one trade we were able to pull off. Wish this one had a little bit more juice, but that's okay. A win is a win, and breaking even is a win.